Hey there, YouTubers. Me again. You've been seeing a lot of this car lately. Just happens to be that way. This is junkyard life for me. I should have named the channel Junkyard Life because I do more of this than anything. I sold the engine out of this little girl. It's a 225 6-cylinder. I totally forgot what I was saying. Phone rang. Had to pause the video. Again, junkyard life, right? Well, anyway, I think I already said this, but I sold the engine out of this little girl. That's what I was saying, that. It's a 225 6-cylinder, slant 6, lean and tower power. These things last forever. And last I remember, this was a good runner. And I got a guy that wants it, and he wants a transmission too. So not only are we going to try to get this to run, I'm going to try to get it to drive. Yeah. So it's not a normal run and drive video, and you'll eventually see what I mean by that, but it's going to be difficult mostly because there's no steering column, and there's no, that's a noisy truck. Anyway, there's no steering column to shift it with, and there's no wheels on it. Very noisy. Well, what are you gonna do? Logging trucks. It's not a very big road, so there's a big hill coming up over here, so logging trucks make a lot of noise trying to get up that big hill. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's not going to be normal. It's going to be weird. Everything I do is weird for some reason. I don't ever do nothing normal. But we're going to try to get this old 225 up and going. When I show you under the hood, you're going to go, huh? Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Fortunately, it's an old point system, so that shouldn't be too bad. And I did forget my jumper wire. I thought of everything. I thought I saw a putty cat. Yeah, that's it. I thought of everything. And then when I got up here, because this is quite a ways from my shop, I realized I didn't weed whack. I had to weed whack around this thing. I realized I forgot a battery. I didn't need a battery. Now I forgot my jumper wire. I haven't remembered anything, I think. I got a whole wagon full of tools. But I feel like I've worked already. I've already walked probably a mile and a half. And I have refused to buy one of those gator things or one of those golf cart type things, razors, you know, whatever. A motorized mini cart kind of thing to haul tools because I'm getting older and I want to stay in shape. So I forced myself to wheel this 200-pound wagon around full of tools. Yeah, I'm probably not the brightest bulb in the box, but I'm trying to stay healthy. Same with splitting wood in the wintertime. I don't have a log splitter, and it's not that I couldn't buy one. I just refuse to, because, again, I'm trying to stay in shape. So there you go. I don't really like going to the gym, so it's easier to just do everything the hard way. Nonetheless, that's not important. Just talking, for whatever reason. At the mouth. Diarrhea at the mouth, right? Anyhow, a lot of you are going, yeah, diarrhea at the mouth. Yeah, whatever. Anyhow, inside, under this hood, is that 225. I'm going to go ahead and bring you all in here to look at it and see what I'm up against. But this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to jump the battery directly to the coil. And, oh, I'm going to need my starter button too, my single man do-it-yourselfer starter button, which I forgot that too. Yep, forgot everything it seems. So back to the shop about a quarter mile, and yeah, we'll get the starter. Can you think of anything else I'm going to need? I'm getting a little tired walking back and forth, and it is hotter than my wife's new evening gown out here, so I am, unlike the evening gown, I'm going to suffer while I'm doing this. So I hope y'all enjoy watching me sweat and suffer. And if I start to pass out, just pick me back up and drag me to the house. I did bring some cold water, well, kind of lemonade-ish water. you know, lemon infused water with a little slight green apple flavor. But, so hopefully we'll stay hydrated and get this done. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get started. Well, first, I gotta run back to the shop and get all the stuff I need. Then, let's get started. Well, if you've ever wanted to know if a duster hood will fit on a dart, now you know. They fit just fine. The front end is a little different on some of the darts. So on the later model ones, they have a header panel, so it obviously wouldn't work, but most of them, these hoods work just fine. Well, here you go. Leaning tower of power. It may have a few weeds running in through there. Don't let that bother you. The radiator already out, so that's boomby bar. A lot of it's already out, but the important stuff is still in. And what's the important stuff? Well, that'd be the distributor, which is there. And I gotta get rid of all this junk first. Do I need a pulley? Or a fan? It's my greatest fan. Okay, bad joke. And I'm guessing that was from the windshield when I took the dashboard out of this thing. Oh yeah, by the way, it doesn't have a dashboard either. Heater hoses go nowhere because it doesn't have a heater either. And uh-oh. Oh, that's a coil wire. And oh, there is a coil. It looks rather not nice inside, but because this has been off, so all the where the you know what I'm talking about when you put it on, it's all corroded inside. We do have a positive cable, so that's positive, right? It's a positive thing. Literally positive. Get it? It's a positive thing. Okay, bad joke again. We have a fuel line that goes to a gas tank that's got a hole in it. That's why it got parked here in the first place. It needed a gas tank, and I guess they didn't want to spend the $200 on a new gas tank. So I got it. But power steering is not hooked up, but we don't need that to run it. Alternator's kind of, sort of hooked up. Okay, maybe not really, but kind of, sort of. That fan belt probably not going to do much good. Now I got to clean out the battery tray. Oh, that goes to the radiator that's not in there anymore. What else do we have that's missing? Air conditioner, but we don't need that. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we can get at the coil fairly easy. And if the transmission's probably not going to move, simply because the lines are just here, and they're going to squirt fluid real good, so I'm going to get, my shoes will get a nice coating of transmission fluid if the pump's working, and you know, that kind of stuff. But let's go ahead and get this battery tray cleaned out, and then we'll bring you over this side so that you can watch. I think, yeah, you should be able to. Oh man, it looks ugly in there. Maybe you don't want to see in there, but I'm going to try to hot wire, get the battery put in, hot wire that coil, put my one-man starter mechanism on here. Oh yeah, that'll be nice and easy. At least that'll be easy. And see if we can't get this thing. Oh yeah, probably should put some fuel in it too. See if I can't get it fired up. Because of lighting issues, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this coil in here. I had to trade my sunglasses in for spectacles because I can't see nothing. to clean the coil off so I can see which is the positive and which is the negative. Alright, now, the negative is going to the coil like it should. Is it still tight? No, of course not. And the nuts are missing. That's awesome. Oh, wait, here's one. We don't need one for the positive side because we're just going to clamp to it. So we're going to go ahead and put the negative. What are the odds of that? Oh, look, there's the other one. Woohoo! Okay, well, I got a nut for both of them, believe it or not. And we're going to put that on there. And I never have the right size. Did you ever notice that the nuts on a coil are always like a weird size? They're not 5/16. They're not 3/8. They're like 11/32 or some craziness. It's like, why? You know, why? Doesn't make any sense. Now I got to see if my jumper wire is going to reach the battery. Let's see. I didn't bring the longest jumper wire I've got, but so if I put the old clampy on the coil right there, and I hook the positive to the battery over here, oh, it reaches just right. I can actually, I've got a wire coming off. I can energize that baby. Energize me! I don't even know if that's anything, but alright, so that's how we're going to do things. Let me get a little something on that negative side and tighten it up, and hopefully, maybe, with a little luck, should I pull out a spark plug wire? Oh wait, maybe we should check the oil first before we start firing it up. And I did find a negative cable, by the way. Let's give the oil here a check up. Oh, there's some in there. Definitely it's full even. Well, that's good enough for me. Let's just put that back in there. Alright, and I did find a negative cable. It goes, it's in great shape. Can you see that? That is just, that's beautiful. Which, actually, that's okay for a negative cable. You wouldn't want that for a, you know, side post. Who thought of that? You know, who was the idiot that said, hey, we should put the post on the side of the battery? Yeah, that's genius. My guess is maybe I should move the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Guess is that with top posts, if you get in a car accident where you're shiny side down and ugly side up, these, if they don't get tied down, because nobody ever puts the tie down back on, ever. So when your car gets upside down, these will arc out and maybe cause fires. So because people are too lazy to bungee their batteries down the proper way, because the bungee cord is the proper way, then they started fires. So they had to idiot-proof the battery by making it more stupider than it was originally. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, these are for charging posts, but as you can see, these don't exactly fit good. So I brought the #1 tool for tightening battery terminals. Now, it works better if you take the nuts out, but I'm way too lazy for that. So we're just gonna, this is a negative, so we don't care if the vice grip touches anything. We're just gonna crush it down until it's tight on there. There we go. Same with this one. I've got to buy, now these are fine for this job, but I've been wanting to buy a much, oh, that's loose that way, a much larger pair of vice grips, like a big pair. I'm not sure where to get any. I tried the old Chinese Junction over there, freight company, and they didn't have anything bigger than these. But I'm going to have to get on the old intranet and see if I can't find a very extra large pair of vice grips, because these things really are one of the most handy tools in the world. In the world! We take over the world! Okay, anyway. So that's good. Now I have this little doohickey coming off of here. And let me see, first of all, let's see if we can get her to turn over. So let's hook up my single man work on your car by yourself button and see if I can't get this thing to turn over. And if I can do that, then we'll go ahead and hook this to the coil, throw a little bit of flammable fluid down the neck of this thing and see if we can't get it to run. Alright, we got the button. Let's see if it'll work. Well, I'll be. Woo, baby. Oh, oh, I can shift the transmission. Oh, wait. The steering column is still in this car. What the? Well, I'll be dipped in horse pucky. There's a steering column in this car. Let me see if I can't put this thing in. It's in neutral. That's fine. It's in neutral. That'll work. So we might be able to get in this thing and see if she'll move. I thought we took the steering column out, but I was just looking and saw it right there. I'm like, well, it's still there. Okay, so she'll turn over. And all I've got to do, get power to that coil and put a little gasoline down inside the chomper here, and we'll be good. Now, several things can go wrong at this point. One being that the points are all nasty. Two being that I've got a bad connection on the coil in many ways. So this is what we will have to determine, but we're just going to try to fire it up. Maybe we'll get lucky. Time is of the essence when you're doing a car like this for a customer. Let's put a little more. Believe it or not, an initial start after sitting for a while, you need a lot more fuel than you would think. So, let's go ahead and clip this baby to our battery. Woo! There we go. And see what happens. No way! Woo-hoo-hoo! What did I tell you about the trusty Slant 6, eh? Oh, this thing's been in my yard for at least 5 or 6 years. And you can see the condition it's in. It's just been sitting here. And God only knows how long it sat with an empty gas tank before I got it. So I'm saying it's probably a good 10 years since this thing ran. And I didn't touch it. All I did was hook the heat to it and put a little fuel. So let her run for a minute. I want to make sure she's going to be good for my customer. I don't see any smoke or anything. Oh, I might be drowning it. I don't see any smoke. I don't hear any knocking. I think I can fill it right here. Whoops. The little duty's in the way. Oh, she's squirting tranny fluid so that we know the pump's good. No knocks, no pings, no dings, no dents, no smoke. She's a runner. Yee-haw! Can I get a yee-haw out there? Woohoo! I was prepared for battle, but that was a gift from God right there. Gotta love the old Leaning Tower of Power. And I know the pump's good too, because my camera's taking a transmission fluid bath. There you go. It was like, wow. I'm speechless. That thing just fired right up. I'm talking probably 10 plus years of sitting. I don't know how many years they let it sit before, you know, when the gas tank went bad. But knowing this group around here, when they trade off cars, they're usually sitting for 4 or 5 years in their yard before they sell it off to somebody else. and it's been sitting here 5 or 6 years. So this is 10 plus years sitting, parts being taken off of it. The car, as you can see, is you know, hasn't moved in a while, right? But she started right up. That's impressive. I don't care who you are. That's impressive. But anyhow, that's the end of this video. Nice, short, and sweet, right? Like, yeehaw, that was a gift. But now the work begins. So stay tuned for the next video after this one, because I got to pull all this out now. And like I said, it ain't exactly a nice, cool fall day or anything like that. You know what I mean? This is a hot summer day. Most of the work's going to be underneath, and that's always fun in the dirt and the grass. I did weed whack, so that's going to mean lots of bugs are pissed off. Great. But I'm going to just try to pull it all out at once. I'm going to remove these mounts as best I can. I'm going to unhook this side, not only from the bottom, but I'm going to actually take the whole mount off, I think. Maybe. Make life easier, wouldn't it? Get the transmission mount out. I got to get the drive shaft disconnected. Well, that's a whole nother video. But thank you for watching this one. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed already, why not? It's free. It doesn't cost you nothing. And you'll get to know when the next video comes out. And, you know, you can become part of the whole EE Speed family, right? Who wouldn't want to do that? I don't know. I like being part of my family. Anyway, but if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit the like button. See ya.